Blue Ox Productions presents 2014 Ural tool roll. Well, I had a request through YouTube. Somebody wanted to see what the tool roll was and what came with the 2014 Ural, so I'm just going to open it up and show you. Okay, here's a full overhead view of what the factory tool roll comes with, and I'll zoom in and we'll take a look at each of these. We'll start over here on the left. Here's a 36mm spanner. That's for the fork, the nuts on top of the forks. Here is your pin spanner for your nut that holds down your spare tire, and the lock nuts on the wheel bearing nuts. Can't remember exactly what size that is. I want to say it's around 7mm or something, but that's your spoke wrench. Then you have a 27mm large wrench. This is a 22mm, 19mm, 17 and 19. So you actually have mine came with two of these. Not sure if it's supposed to, 17, 19mm. So I actually end up having three 19mm wrenches, two 17mm wrenches, which kind of makes sense because the pinch bolts on the drive shaft are both 17mm, so you would need two. Here is the spanner for the shocks, setting the shocks. Then you have a 13-14, a 12-13 wrench. Again, it's nice having two 13mm wrenches. There's a 22mm spanner. That's for taking off the nut on the main drive shaft. There you have a 10 and an 8mm. There you have a 21mm socket. That's for your spark plugs. And here you have a universal handle with a common and a Phillips head. A very small common screwdriver. A pair of pliers. This is supposed to be the Tommy bar, or what replaced the Tommy bar in the older ones. Then you have various size Allen wrenches. You have 8, 6, 5, 4, and 3. And then you have 2 tire irons and a pair of gloves. And that comes stock with the tool roll. Now here's some additional tools that I purchased that I carry in a bag in my sidecar as well. Some things that come in handy. Of course, wouldn't be complete without a hammer. I carry a Perry needle nose, and just got these wrenches at Harbor Freight. They're $7 for the set, but they're box end wrenches, and they go from 6mm all the way up to 19mm. It's always nice to have extra wrenches. Same, I got a 3/4 inch socket set, both metric and standard sockets, and a ratchet from Harbor Freight. Again, I think it was about $10, but that's also nice to carry. And just in case, crescent wrench, vice grips, channel locks, and a very large screwdriver pry bar. I also had a couple extra tire irons that I carry with me. I put those in the Ural tool roll. If you ever have to change a tire out in the field, you can never have too many tire irons. And then finally, this is an important one. That's a 5/8 Allen wrench, and that is required for the 2 caliper, the 2 bolts that hold the rear brake pads on. They're 5/8 Allen, so you got to carry that. So those are additional tools that I carry on my bike.